All right, welcome to Earth Science. I'm going to show you the next website we're going to use, which is going to give us something called a profile. If you know what a profile view is, if I turn sideways, you see like this view. If you did that in our class, you would just draw a view from the side, right? What we got to figure out is what do these like landscapes look like from the side. So same deal. I'm going to put up this website. I'll share the link, and this is what we're going to use to do it. I'm going to do it somewhere where I can show you exactly what's happening. So here's how it works. This is near where I live. If you click, whoop, move my head out of the way here. You got to hit this little pencil jobby right here. That's going to say I'm ready to draw a profile. So if you click and then drag, and then when you're done, you actually have to double click. Let me go right over this road. What that's going to do then is take a minute to run the numbers, and it's going to give us a side view of what this hill looks like. Okay. Now, this button right here is kind of handy. If you did it the other way, you can flip-flop your view. Why don't I do it quick? You can flip-flop the view so that it goes left to right instead of right to left, if that makes a difference. So that's the other way. I actually prefer it the first way, but just so you know, that's how that works. And what this is like literally showing what this hill is like. Now, what's cool about this website is if usually you guys have to draw this with pencil and paper, but we can't do that this year. So what this shows now is here's what that hill looks like as you go down the hill. Down, there's a little bit of a creek right there. Back up a hill, back down. It's vertically exaggerated. The hills don't necessarily look this big if you're on that road, but nonetheless, it's about what it is. This blue dot up here follows exactly where you are. So very handy. This is an extremely easy way to do what you guys normally have a tough time with. So I'll tell you, I get the picture up. I'll tell you the story. My son, this is right at the beginning of all of the lockdown stuff. My son would ride his tricycle down this little plastic tricycle, ride it down every day, and he'd go a couple of feet and then pump the brakes, and a couple of feet, then pump the brakes. And then one day he just decided to go for it, and that's what happened to his face. He got some pretty good road rash. So this could like let you know one day when he's older and he wants to know the story, this could let you know like exactly the steepness of that hill. All right, now we're going to have to do some math with these numbers. I know that sounds like, oh, great, here we go. But here's what I would like you to do. Play with this, go to a couple different hills. Go to a ski hill, go to somewhere you live. Again, just like you did last period. Bounce around, find a couple of things. But what I want to do is consider one section of a hill. So maybe this whole thing isn't so good. If I were to start a fresh one and just do there to the little creek. Double click when you're done and let it go. What I want you guys to do, you're gonna have to either open a doc and record numbers, or get out a pen and paper and write down some numbers. I want you to do, for just one hill slope, how high is it where it starts? And the computer tells you right there. I'm at 364.5 feet. So I would write that down. Top of the hill is 364.5 feet. And boom, 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 down to where it ends at 336.9 feet. Okay, you're going to write those two down, and I need to get a distance. And if your scale ends up like this one ended up having the scale be a little bit squirrely, so maybe I'd have to start that again to really be able to get a good scale down there. I'll just go a little further. Okay, so again, if I'm just going to the bottom there, it's at 0.2. So maybe I'd say, hey, I want to go from 0 to 0.2. That's my distance. So the two things you need are a distance, how far would you travel if you were going to bike down that hill where Silas got hurt? And then how much does it drop? Here it went from 364.8, you can see that. If you went all the way down, he didn't make it that far, but if you went all the way down, maybe to right to that 0.2, it looks like it's at 336.3. I want you to like write those numbers on any hill you choose. Zoom back out and go somewhere more towards Pulaski. If you did the last worksheet, that hill is right about here. So what does that hill look like from one side? to the other. In profile, again, in side view. Okay, that's roughly what it looks like, and then again, you can follow that dot. So I want you to I wouldn't do from like the low side of a hill all the way up and back down. That's gonna make your math look a little funny when we have to do it. But from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, what is the elevation of the top, what's the elevation of the bottom, and how much distance did that cover? That should do it. All right. Good luck.